Welcome to Earthly Reads, a My Cup of Earth production. Deep in the ocean, where the coral reefs swayed gently in the current, there lived a little fish named Finley. Finley was a curious fish, with scales that shimmered like the brightest jewels and a tail that sparkled like the stars on a clear night. He loved to explore the underwater world, discovering hidden caves and secret passageways that few other fish knew existed. One day, while swimming through a particularly narrow passage, Finley stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the reef. The walls of the chamber were covered in glittering shells and shimmering seaweed. And in the center of the room, a beautiful mermaid sat perched on a throne-like rock. The mermaid's long, flowing hair flowed like the seaweed, and her tail sparkled like diamonds. She gazed at Finley with kind, gentle eyes and smiled. "Welcome, little fish," she said. "My name is Marina, and I am the guardian of this reef." Finley was amazed. He had never seen a mermaid before, and he didn't know what to say. Marina chuckled and beckoned him closer. "Come, Finley," she said. "I have a special task for you." Finley swam closer, his fins trembling with excitement. Marina told him that the reef was in danger. A group of careless humans had dumped a great deal of pollution into the water, and the fish and other sea creatures were struggling to survive. Marina needed Finley's help to gather the other sea creatures and come up with a plan to clean up the reef. Finley was determined to help. He set off immediately, gathering a group of his fish friends and some other sea creatures along the way. There was Krusty the crab, who was an expert at digging and burrowing; Lola the lobster, who was a master of disguise and could blend in with the rocks; and Sammy the seagull, who could fly overhead and spot any dangers from afar. Together, the group set off to gather more sea creatures to join their cause. They met a wise old octopus named Ollie, who could change color to blend in with his surroundings and was an expert at solving puzzles. They met a school of angelfish, who could swim quickly and efficiently to clean up the debris. And they even met a giant sea turtle named Terry, who could swim slowly and steadily to carry heavy loads. As the group grew, Finley and his friends began to come up with a plan. They decided to divide into teams and tackle the pollution from different angles. Krusty and Lola would dig and burrow to remove any debris that was stuck in the sand. Sammy would fly overhead and spot any dangers or hazards. Ollie would use his camouflage skills to sneak up on any pollutants that were hiding in the rocks. And Terry would swim slowly and steadily to carry heavy loads of trash back to the surface. Meanwhile, Finley and Marina would lead the group and make sure everyone was working together. They would also gather any sea creatures who were struggling to survive and bring them to safety. The day of the cleanup arrived, and the sea creatures set off with determination and excitement. They swam and flew and crawled through the reef, working together to remove the pollution and restore the beauty of the ocean. Finley and his friends worked tirelessly, but they didn't forget to have fun. They sang songs and told jokes, and they even had a little dance party to keep their spirits up. And as they worked, they began to notice something amazing. The reef was starting to look better. The fish were starting to thrive, and the sea creatures were starting to flourish. As the sun began to set, the group took a break to admire their hard work. Finley looked around at his friends, and he felt proud of what they had accomplished. They had worked together, used their unique skills, and made a real difference. Marina smiled and thanked Finley and his friends for their hard work. "You have saved the reef," she said, "and you have shown that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference." Finley beamed with pride. He knew that he had made a difference, and he knew that he would always be proud of what he had accomplished. And as he swam back to his home, he knew that he would always cherish the memories of his adventure with Marina and his friends. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. Let me know if you have any requests or if you'd like me to write another one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.